Hey guys, attack out with the picks. It is Thursday, early morning. Just got home from the card game, got a tea time at 7:27, and had to put this out. Guys, get ready, buckle up. Over the next 5 days, we're looking to kill the book. Absolutely kill the book. Tonight we're looking at Ravens and Chiefs. This line opened up at 2.5. Right now it's sitting at 3. Chiefs given. Total opened up at 49 and a hook. Right now it's sitting at 46. So obviously they think there's going to be more defense than offense in the game. And they, a half a point ain't much movement, but it's sat at 2.5 pretty much for the past 2 weeks. And now it's up to 3. I can agree. Let's just get to it. AFC Championship game last year. I have to go off something. Baltimore Ravens in that game with the best rushing offense in the NFL ran the ball 6 times. 6 times against the Chiefs. And as good as the Chiefs' defense was, their weakness was stopping the run. Their strong part was man coverage, which Lamar isn't real good against. He's good against zone coverage. He ranks very high in zone coverage. Man coverage, no. Chiefs did lose let's just say it. They lost J.C. Sneed, which is one of the best in the game. We already know what Spagnuolo's going to do. He's gonna send a blitz 100 different times, 100 different ways, and they're eventually going to get home and get home and get home. It's inevitable. It's going to happen. What Lamar did last year was he took a whole hell of a lot of sacks, which isn't good against a blitz-happy defensive coordinator that just don't quit. Just continues to bring it and bring it and bring it. On top of that, the Ravens' offensive line, which is the real elephant in the room, they lost damn near their whole offensive line. And yeah, they did bring in Derrick Henry, which by name and past numbers sounds like an absolute huge upgrade. I'm going to be the one to tell you it really isn't. You got to be thinking, how in the hell isn't it an upgrade? We're taking Gus Edwards out and we're putting in Derrick Henry. Well, Derrick Henry last year ran the ball 280 times for 1167 and 12 touchdowns. Now, Gus Edwards played a special role. He played a special role. Derrick Henry is a featured back. So this special role with Gus Edwards last year ran the ball 198 times, which is 80 times less than Derrick Henry. He put up 810 yards, and he put up one more touchdown than Derrick Henry did last year with 13. And that was with an unbelievable offensive line. They don't have that this year. And the one guy that they are returning to their offensive line had by far his worst numbers since he's been in the league. On paper, face value, Derrick Henry, Gus Edwards, no question, right? I don't see it like that. I just don't see it like that. For the Ravens offense to work, I mean, Henry can never carry the ball that many times. I mean, he can't. Lamar has to be highly involved in the run game. And to be honest with you, in my opinion, it doesn't make sense. Now, I'm not saying that Henry ain't going to put up some numbers, because he will, even with a shitty offensive line. But it's going to take away from Lamar, which is working backwards in my mind. Definitely working backwards. Their wide receivers last year, yards per route run versus man, pathetic. KC don't run a zone coverage. They run a man coverage, which absolutely gives Lamar fits. The Ravens are going to have an elite defense. They are. But they did lose their defensive coordinator. They did lose Giovanni Clowney with 10 sacks. They did lose, arguably, not even arguably, I mean, he's one of the best run stoppers in the game. He went to Pittsburgh and Patrick Queen. I definitely see them not being the unit that they were last year. Last year's Raven defense was special. It was. Is it going to be as special this year? Not a chance. Can't see it at all. I can't. On the other side, KC and Mahomes, yes, they struggled like you wouldn't believe first half of the year. Even a little bit more than first half of the year. I mean, they struggled. Their offensive numbers weren't good. They were below average. Mahomes' numbers were in the first half of the season were the worst numbers that he had up to his career. I mean, it was the worst numbers that he had the first half of the season. But what they did do, KC figured it out. They figured it out. You know, their offense. Rashee Rice from weeks 11 to 17 became a top 15 wideout. Patrick Mahomes' favorite target. He's facing no suspension, and he ain't gonna get suspended a whole year. No, we will not have Hollywood Brown. No, we won't. We already know that. We will have Xavier Worthy on the outside, Speed Demon, which is going to open up the midfield for Kelsey. We got an absolute bell cow and Pacheco. Kansas City's offense is going to be it's going to be special this year. I see him coming out sharp, to be honest with you. The best thing that Mahomes does as a quarterback, yes, passing number is great, touchdowns great. Patrick Mahomes does not take sacks. Not only does he have an unbelievable offensive line, he doesn't take sacks. He does not go to the ground. I mean, it is rare. Very rare. I just see Kansas City being too sharp on both sides of the ball. I see the blitz schemes coming. I see Lamar getting confused. I have a real hard time thinking that Zay Flowers is going to be a legit wide receiver one. Mark Andrews is still probably going to be his favorite target out there. I get that. I get all that. But I also understand the schemes that are going to be ran by Kansas City at home. I don't see him coming out the first game of the year and just running an absolute muck and being shit. I see them coming out, enjoying their Super Bowl win, being a favorite to win it again, and putting on a nice show tonight. Obviously, guys, you already know where my money's going to go. My money's going Kansas City minus 3 points. I'm going to drop a player prop over on TikTok. If you're not following me over there, go over and follow me. Type in "Hang Out with the Picks," all one word. Hit follow. You'll get notified every time that I drop a game. Guys, we're about to churn out winner after winner after winner. This first weekend is going to be a banger. Enjoy. Until I see you guys, you already know what I'm going to do. I'm going to get back to getting this cash.